From the creators of the popular science show with millions of YouTube subscribers comes the Minute Earth podcast. Every episode of the show dives deep into a science question you might not even know you had. But once you hear the answer, you'll want to share it with everyone you know. Why do rivers curve? Why did the T-Rex have such tiny arms? And why do so many more kids need glasses now than they used to? Spoiler alert, it isn't screen time. Our team of scientists digs into the research and breaks it down into a short, entertaining explanation, jam-packed with science facts and terrible puns. Subscribe to Minute Earth wherever you like to listen.
Hello, Culture Kids! Welcome back to the show. Grab your imaginary passports and pack your bags because it's time to become world-traveling explorers right where you are. Today, we're taking our culture train to the capital of Halloween, also known as Derry, in the beautiful country of Ireland.
Hello. My name is Asher and I'm your host along with my mom, Kristen.
Before we get started on our episode, we want to thank everyone for your patience during our hiatus.
We missed you. It's good to be back.
And also, do you want to be on our show? We'd love to hear how your family celebrates the winter holidays. Do you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, or another holiday? Tell us about your favorite winter traditions and fun celebrations. You can email us your recording or leave us a voicemail on our website. All this info will be available on our show notes.
Thank you very much.
And we want to wish Sophie Kim a big happy birthday. Sophie is from Vancouver and she is turning 9 years old on October 29th.
Happy birthday, Sophie.
And a big happy birthday to Evan from the United Kingdom. Evan is turning 8 years old and he wants to travel to South Africa someday. Happy birthday, Evan. Okay, everyone, grab your passports and your bags because we're hopping on this spooky culture train. Buckle up because we're going to the capital of Halloween where it all began.
All aboard!
Ireland. Welcome to Ireland. We just arrived in Derry, also known as the Halloween capital of the world.
Whoa, I feel like I traveled back in time. It's magical here.
Derry is famous for its ancient city walls and its special connections to Samhain, the ancient Celtic festival that inspired modern Halloween traditions. Every year, Derry transforms into a magical place, celebrating this holiday with parades, costumes, fireworks, and much more. This remarkable city is also known for the warmth and friendliness of its people, who embody a deep sense of community and pride in their rich heritage.
Oh, look! Is that Miss Aeidin?
Yes, it is.
Oh, hi, Kristen. Hi, Asher. Hi, Culture Kids.
Thanks for meeting us here. Can you tell us about yourself?
I am Aeidin McCarter and I am from Ireland and I work in Northern Ireland and I look after a big team of people who make a big event that we call Derry Halloween happen every Halloween. And it's the biggest Halloween event in Europe.
Whoa, the biggest Halloween event in Europe. And Europe is huge and has so many countries.
Yep, I guess that's why we call Derry the capital of Halloween. So can you tell us a bit more about Derry and where it is located in Ireland?
So Derry is in Northern Ireland. It's right in the northwest. It's right on the river. So the River Foyle runs through the city because it was quite a big port and it was a big emigrant port. And there was lots of shipping.
Immigrants, meaning that's where people left to go to another country?
Exactly. Thousands and thousands of immigrants left for North America from the port. So anybody who left Ireland and emigrated to North America from the northern half of the country left from Derry.
Thank you for sharing this. Derry is one of Ireland's oldest and most historically important cities, and it is also famous for its beautifully preserved 17th century walls and its deep-rooted cultural heritage.
And the city is very close to lots of mountains and beaches and beautiful things surrounding it. So it's a really special place.
And over there, I see the walls you're talking about.
That's exactly it. The walls are over 400 years old.
They look strong and big. And look, I see people walking on top of it. Hello up there!
Yeah. So you can walk the complete circumference of the walls. It's about just over a mile. And you get a great view as well because you're up high and you can walk all the way around and see down into the buildings.
Cool! You can walk on the Great Wall of China too.
Lots of walled cities have been destroyed, but we are one of the few places that have a full set of walls where you can walk entirely. All of the walls are still there. So some cities have only bits of their wall left, but we have the entire wall.
What does a walled city mean?
A walled city is a city that has big, strong walls around it, built a long time ago to help keep the people inside safe from danger.
Like the wall is hugging the city. Let's go walk on it later.
Sounds like a plan. So we are here today because Derry is famous around the world for hosting the biggest Halloween celebration in Europe. People from all over the world come to Derry to join in the festivities and experience the unique blend of spooky fun and community spirit that makes this celebration so special.
Can you tell us more about it?
Over 35 years ago, the Halloween was started in Derry as a party, really. A couple of pubs decided to have a Halloween party, and they asked everybody to dress up in fancy dress.
Fancy dress? Like princess dresses?
No.
Probably important to know the difference if you're asked to come in fancy dress. Probably the UK and Ireland, that means you come in costume.
Oh, so fancy dress here means a costume, not a fancy pretty dress.
Yeah. So if you see ads in the UK or Ireland for fancy dress party, that means it's a costume party.
Oh yes, thank you for clarifying that. So even though right now we are speaking the same language, sometimes in different countries and cultures, certain words or phrases can mean something different. Like we just discussed, fancy dress refers to costumes here, but it might mean something completely different elsewhere.
I love that. It's like solving a code.
And you know how here in America, Halloween is celebrated for one day and trick-or-treating lasts for a few hours on the 31st? Here in Derry, the celebrations last for multiple days and it is considered a major holiday.
So it's a little bit like Christmas in other parts of the world. In Derry, everybody comes home for Halloween.
I'm home.
Where other people maybe in other parts of the world go back to their families or back home where they come from for Thanksgiving or for Christmas or other festivals. Here in Derry, everybody comes home for Halloween and everybody dresses up. It's just a given.
Whoa, I'll be home for Halloween. You can count on me.
So we learned last year that the origins of Halloween go all the way back to an ancient Celtic festival called Samhain.
Samhain was celebrated in Ireland thousands of years ago. That's how Halloween started, right here in Ireland.
Can you tell us more about it?
In the old Celtic calendar, over 2,000 years ago, the seasons were marked. There were 4 fire festivals that marked the turning of each season. And Samhain was the festival that marked the beginning of winter. And apparently on Halloween night, it's where the gap between this living world and the spirit world is at its thinnest.
So what do people do when the veil is at its thinnest?
The tradition was that they dressed up to sort of trick the spirits. So any of the spirits that came from the other world to come into the living world, they would be tricked by seeing, they wouldn't know who was who. So that's what started the dressing up.
Are you a ghost? Or are you a ghost? We don't know.
Now, Ireland, especially in Derry, celebrates Halloween by blending modern fun with its rich traditions. Taking the time to understand the roots of this holiday is important because it helps us honor Ireland's rich history and celebrate the cultural heritage of their ancestors.
Thank you for bringing Halloween to the rest of the world.
So could you tell us what it's like during the 3-day Halloween celebrations in Derry?
Ireland itself is the home of Halloween, so we have at least 120,000 people that come every year at Halloween to celebrate on our streets. But we have a huge big celebration on Halloween night itself, but we also bring our whole city to life on nights before Halloween. So we have 3 nights of spectacular activity right throughout the city.
I wish I can trick or treat for 3 days.
And we heard that the walls and the buildings come to life.
To life? What does that mean?
So the walls come alive. We're going to have what we're calling haunted projections. We've got some really beautiful historic buildings. They're going to be coming to life. They're all going to look really spooky and creepy, and you're never going to quite know what's going to come through some of those windows or see crawling up some of those walls.
Oh, phew. So they're just projections. Not like the walls really coming to life and walking around.
Oh no, we're scary. Very scary.
Yeah, haunted projections are when spooky images like ghosts or creepy scenes are shown on walls or windows using special lights or projectors to make it look like they're floating or moving. It's a fun and spooky way to make things feel extra fun, especially during Halloween. Could you share with us some other activities we might find during the celebrations?
We're going to have the Witchy Wonderland. It's going to have lots of circus and spectacle. It's going to be really atmospheric. There's going to be fire performers and ghosts. That's going to be all in and around the city walls. We've got a Hocus Pocus show. We're going to have a Back to the Future performance as well. We have lots of music as well. So we have a Halloween musical showcase. And we also have harvest market. So there's going to be lots of food, lots of spooky treats as well. Haunted houses, we have arts and craft, we have Halloween discos, we have ghost tours, lots of stuff, lots of kids shows.
Whoa, that's like Disney World, but for Halloween.
Yeah, I've attended many Halloween parties and festivals before, but I don't think anything compares to the one here in Derry.
So it's a really, really fantastic experience. Definitely a place to visit and place to come and celebrate Halloween.
And is there a way to end the festival in a special way?
The Halloween night itself is really special with the parade, and then it culminates then with a firework display over the River Foyle, usually at about 8 o'clock on Halloween night itself, the 31st of October.
Such a festive, sparkly way to end the night. But is it really spooky everywhere? I mean, I love spooky stuff, but like how spooky?
Thank you for asking this, Asher. Are the celebrations fun for younger kids too?
Yeah, it's totally family friendly. Our whole event is geared towards families of all ages, so it is very family friendly.
Yay! We love Halloween! We love Halloween!
And of course, we can't talk about Halloween without learning about some traditional sweets. Could you share some with us?
There's lots of real traditional Halloween things like bobbing for apples, eating anything apple related. We have an apple fair as well that in the wider district.
Why apples?
Yeah, so Samhain marks the end of the harvest period and the dawn of winter. So I suppose at that time of year where you're gathering up lots of apples and nuts, starting to store them away for the winter. The ancient tradition was that you would lay out food, I think, for the spirits. So the food that would be available at that time would be apples.
Apples dipped in chocolate, just the way I like it.
Toffee and chocolate apples are quite traditional.
Is there another traditional food that is commonly sold during the festival?
You know, there's traditional Halloween food right across the island of Ireland, usually mashed potatoes, and they're called cannon and lots of places put money in it.
Mummy? Mummy and mashed potatoes? What if you accidentally eat it?
Not sure if you remember, but last year we learned about colcannon, which is a traditional Irish dish made from mashed potatoes mixed with cabbage or kale, often associated with Samhain celebrations.
And the Barnbrack, as well as the other real traditional Halloween food, it's dried fruit bread, and you bake a ring into it.
Ooh,
Shiny.
And whoever finds the ring will be the next to get married.
I hope they don't swallow it. What a fun tradition.
Yeah, I've never tried Barnbrack before, but it sounds like a delicious and sweet traditional Irish fruitcake.
Our festival, I suppose, has lots of probably more modern food, but they're the very traditional foods. Lots of the restaurants would do some Halloween-themed dishes.
This was so much fun visiting Derry, and we can't wait to check out the festival soon. Is there anything else you'd like to share before we hop back on our culture train?
Yeah, sure. So we would love to have you at Derry Halloween. It's derryhalloween.com. Or if you want to look at traveling, visit derry.com.
Thank you, Miss Aeidin. Hope to see you again soon.
And good luck with the planning.
So thank you so much for having us, Kristen, Asher, and everybody at Culture Kids. We have absolutely loved it, and we can't wait to see you all at Derry Halloween.
Until next time. And to our Culture Kids family, are you celebrating Halloween this year? If so, can you imagine what it will be like to visit the beautiful city of Derry and join in on the 3-day celebrations? Just picture how the ancient city walls will come to life with spooky projections, and imagine what it might be like to walk along the 400-year-old walls as you hear stories of ghosts and legends from the past and enjoy the lively festivities all around you.
And maybe someday we will have a chance to visit and celebrate together.
And lastly, always remember, you and your family are valued, celebrated, and welcomed here just as you are, because every person belongs here at Culture Kids. See you next week.
Happy Halloween!
All right, I'll go first. What do skeletons say before eating?
What?
Bon appetit! You know, in the French language, you say bon appetit. Bon appetit.
Oh, I get it. Good one. My turn. How do you fix a broken jack-o'-lantern?
How?
A pumpkin patch. Get it?
Oh, good one. Like you patch a pumpkin, kind of like a Band-Aid. Excellent.
Happy Halloween.
Well, thanks so much for joining us today on our grand return, and stay tuned as we learn about Day of the Dead next week. We have so many exciting interviews coming up, so hit subscribe and please tell everyone you love about Culture Kids. Make sure to check out our show notes for more information on how you can stay involved with our show. See you next week.
Do you find it hard to sleep at night? Then the Sleep Cove podcast can help you. Hi, I'm Christopher Fitton, the voice and clinical hypnotherapist behind Sleep Cove. Sleep Cove features sleep hypnosis, meditations, and bedtime stories, all designed to help those of you who struggle at night to achieve a restful and peaceful night's sleep. Search for Sleep Cove on Apple Podcasts or Spotify and see why Sleep Cove helps millions of people sleep deeply all night long.